Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 459.
459.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. There's a ton of news today. Right?
That is true.
And so, for not only Disneyland Paris, but Walt Disney World.
And Disneyland.
Disneyland, not extra news today, except yesterday they said Earl of Sandwich will be reopening. So that's very exciting. So anyway, check out MEI and Mouse Fan Travel for any of these trips. You know, lately I've been saying Disneyland will be the place to go. But I don't know that I can say, all of it is a place to go this year. There's so much. So check out MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Head to their site for no obligation quote.
And we're going to start. You talked about news. Here we are, the first news of all. April 4th, 2023. TRON Lightcycle Run will open here at Walt Disney World.
And there will be cast member previews, pass holder previews, eligible DVC member previews. This has been something that people have been anticipating for a long time.
Those dates, by the way, have not been announced. We'll talk a lot more about TRON later on in the show because, of course, this week we did a TRON update showing all the construction and everything going on.
It's not even construction at this point. It's like signage and such
really
is
getting
going
ready.
in.
Right.
Yes, little landscaping, but, signs and such. So very exciting news.
Also announced, EPCOT Forever will return to Epcot and Harmonious will end officially. And the barges will be leaving for good.
I'm so happy about that. I'm happy about the barges, leaving. Like if they had made them where they could, leave the lagoon every day until evening, then that's different. But I can't wait for Epcot Forever.
And I should mention the date on that is April 3rd for EPCOT Forever.
Right, and EPCOT Forever will be interim because there'll be a new show coming later this year to Epcot, and they have not announced what that will be.
And then all this means is Harmonious will have its final performance on April 2nd.
Correct, and not only that, but Happily Ever After will also return on April 3rd.
April 3rd and 4th, busy time.
Excellent dates. And Disney Enchantment will be offered also through April 2nd. So that's going to be your final chance to see it. I have never seen it.
We will have
on Main Street.
We'll have to go until you can see the full version on Main Street.
I've seen it from the People Mover and such. It was just so busy when it first started, and we're not usually in the Magic Kingdom at night, so I'm going to have to see it at some point.
But not only is all this Walt Disney World news coming out today, but let's talk about Disneyland Paris. The long-awaited return of Disney Dreams is coming back to Disneyland Paris.
And everybody has been so excited because they did Disney Dreams of Christmas. So now you've got Disney Dreams. It's going to be a little upgraded because you've got that Sleeping Beauty Castle rooftop LED technology that was added last year. Disney Dreams, I think it left in 2017.
April 12th, by the way, on the anniversary.
Yes, April 12th, 31st anniversary of Disneyland Paris. But this is part of the grand finale of Disneyland Paris, which lasts like 9 months or whatever.
I love this. This is great concept art. Seeing, you mentioned the LED lights on the castle. That will be spectacular. I always did love Disney Dreams. So to see it again upgraded, this will be good. And the drones will remain, by the way.
Right. Well, the drone show,
the 30th
which is
drone show.
Right. They should have Disney Dreams of Drones.
Like that
could be a new show as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing this. Probably for us, this will be later this year.
Well, you talk about drones. Drones will be coming to Disneyland Paris for the first time ever. A Marvel drone show here at the Walt Disney Studios Paris.
I am so excited about this because we're scheduled for March, and this starts in January 28th through May 8th. 500 drones, which is way more than what you see at at the Disneyland Park,
30th.
Right? So for Disney Delight. So Avengers Power of the Night will be a Marvel drone show. You got pyro and projections and on the Tower of Terror. And this should be...
That'll be spectacular.
I love Tower of Terror shows there. They have not had a Tower of Terror show
and there's much more room than in
lately.
the Avengers campus where we've seen the other drone show.
Yes.
Luckily, we did see that.
I'm
also,
very
I want to mention Small World it's a Small World returning in springtime to Disneyland Paris.
That's all they've said. We were on the last
one of the last boats,
yes, with friends who worked there. It was very cold that
day.
Very
cold.
In November of 2021.
And there is a little bit of an update on the Pixar show that's coming this summer to Disneyland, Walt Disney Studios Paris.
Just a little bit. The Pixar We Belong Together show opens in summer. The show will combine state-of-the-art stage technology, lighting effects, choreography, and iconic songs. This is at the Studio Theater in Walt Disney Studios Park.
And also, you have the mini Paris collection coming. This is sort of
but
laying
you can
it all
find
out
it
there.
at Epcot
laying
right
it all
now.
out there.
You can find that collection in Epcot for the last
So there's no
month.
need to go to Paris.
Well, they have dishware and probably a few other things. So, yes, there's always a reason to go to Paris.
Now let's talk about Disneyland in Anaheim, the kickoff of the Disney 100 celebration.
Right. Disneyland, the 100 Years of Wonder kickoff is January 27th. This is a 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. I love all the purple and, especially the purple.
And the characters will have
new outfits. The VIP characters
That's
like
right.
Mickey and Minnie and, Pluto and Goofy and Chip and Dale and such.
Now, there'll also be a brand new ride opening at Disneyland Resort.
Well,
For there.
You've got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which will be opening. And of course, it's going to be almost the same as what we have here at Walt Disney World at Disney's Hollywood Studios. But there it is in the El Capitan Theater. And I know there's going to be some differences like in the queue and such, but I don't think there's going to be much difference in the ride from what I understand.
I find it interesting that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will be opening a little bit earlier than Toontown itself.
Yes, it will.
Although it's in Toontown. So how does that work?
I don't know yet. And also Haunted Mansion Holidays on that same opening weekend, just in case anybody's heading out there for that time frame.
I'm so glad Haunted Mansion Holiday was extended. That'll be very good.
We'll be there. We were there for the beginning, and now we'll be there for the end.
And we're looking at one more little bit of concept art for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But we have some other exciting things coming to Disneyland Resort for the 100th, starting with the new fireworks show.
Well, you've got Wondrous Journeys, and it is a nighttime spectacular, and it will have nods to every Walt Disney Animation Studios film.
Here it is, Disney's Wondrous Journeys. I look forward to that.
And
there'll be projections, right? There'll be fireworks.
Not every day. Not every day on the fireworks.
Oh, that's
the
right.
Fireworks
Only
will
on
be
select nights. That's right.
Because Disneyland, you're near homes and such, so I think only on like weekends.
And I think we're going to be looking at two little bits of concept art. We don't know if there's going to be anybody flying over the castle yet. There have been some thoughts on that, but I don't think that's been announced.
I think that there will probably be, but yeah, I don't think they've actually said it.
And we're going to take a look at one more concept art slide here.
We've got
Encanto.
Yes, and I love that film. I've seen it many times.
And I would recommend checking out the Encanto on Disney Plus from the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, that's right. It's just, a lot of Encanto lately.
Yes,
I love it.
That's very true. Now, another nighttime spectacular is coming to Disneyland Resort. World of Color 1.
Yes, World of Color 1 will be a new show that celebrates the storytelling legacy started by Walt Disney 100 years ago. And they're just, again, you've got the Encanto, we see Soul, Moana, Lion King. So really just a breadth of stories.
And we're actually seeing some real pictures here that were released recently. So you're kind of getting a preview of some of it.
It's kind of hard to see in this photo exactly what's happening, but here we have Coco.
Yeah.
So we're planning to be out there in a couple of weeks for the kickoff.
Yeah,
and
that'll be very, very exciting. So much going on. And more Encanto just for you, Denise.
No, I
actually like it a lot too.
I love the film. I love the music from the film.
So what else is coming and we're looking at some Yoda here. I guess we'll have a little Star Wars element to the show.
And what else is coming? You'll have decorations and
merchandise.
Oh yes, merchandise. You've got the popcorn bucket here. We've got Mickey with his his costume here with the purple and the platinum.
There's a Spirit jersey. I already have a Disney 100 jacket. Somebody very nice got me for Christmas. Thank you very much.
I did, yes. So there's all kinds of Disney 100 merchandise out already.
And Magic Happens returns.
And that's on February 24th, which is, next month. And it's, I actually got to see Magic Happens a number of times just days before the Disneyland shut down for the pandemic because it was only, it only played for a couple of weeks. And it's just a fantastic and very energetic parade.
I can't wait to see it myself later this year at Disneyland. Now we're going to talk about the Boathouse. It was time for my birthday. I had a birthday a couple of days ago, and we actually were kind of thinking where to go. The first thought was Boma. We used to do Boma breakfast. Then we were thinking about maybe doing the Crystal Palace. But in the end, I chose the Boathouse. And I'm so glad I did, because this was an absolutely fantastic experience.
And the Boathouse is really my favorite. And I have a number of favorites, but the Boathouse is like tops for me at Walt Disney World as far as a restaurant.
And you're looking at the brunch menu here, because my birthday happened to fall on a Sunday, the 8th this year. So it was brunch at the Boathouse, which was great because we were able to order from the regular menu or the brunch menu.
And the regular menu, it's bigger than almost any menu, I think, on property. They just have so many items
Look at this,
to choose from.
three menus here.
Yes.
So that's a lot of choice.
In a time when menus are so scaled back, it's nice to go someplace where there's so many different choices. And we were right here on the water. We had asked to sit outside, and we had a really nice view of
It was early. It was 11 o'clock, so, nice early seating. And again, you can't beat that view.
And
beautiful.
Brunch is from 10 to 12 on Fridays, or not Friday, sorry, Saturday, Sunday. And here you
famous rolls.
Rolls, but during brunch time, they put like a cinnamon, sugar, liquid over them. It's really
deliciousness.
Good. Yes.
Cinnamon
Too
goodness.
Good.
So good. Absolutely. And of course, let's start off with some drinks. This is the Shipwreck. There's rum in it, a bunch of other ingredients. It is a strong, potent, but delicious drink, lasting the whole experience for me. Sometimes we've had two, but not needed, really.
No, I mean, we kept it really, really good. We drank a lot of water. I had the Duck Duck Raz, which is, I think it has the Stoli vodka and such in it. And I know I've talked about it before. Mm-hmm. I love it. It looks like, I love how it looks like little bath suds almost on top.
You've added a sixth duck to your collection.
I think it's like 8.
8? Wow.
7 or 8 at this point.
So we ordered this salad, the Caesar salad.
It is little, I just want to say,
it's a tiny little duck. You
yes.
get to keep the duck.
Yes.
So we're looking at the Caesar salad, and they offered to split it for us. So this is just I think it's $8 or $9.
It's $9 now for the Caesar salad, and when they split it, it's like getting a regular Caesar salad.
It's a great deal, and especially with that delicious bread. I mean, I'm ready to go home now. What I mean by that, if you keep eating that bread, mm-hmm. you're gonna fill up. It's so good. But we were very good, and we tried to keep it cool.
Well,
with the delicious bread.
I brought home most of my meal anyway,
which was great because I got to try some of that. And here it is. This is what you had from the brunch menu: the steak and eggs.
And it's a steak. It's a strip steak with potatoes and eggs. It's $26. It used to be $21, but I think they give you a little more steak now. This is really good. I think it's an excellent value.
It was delicious for the little bit I tried.
This is like when we do brunch, this is my go-to. You had the lobster roll.
Yeah, I always love the lobster roll here. I've tried other lobster rolls in town. Nobody competes with the Boathouse, if you ask me. And I even said that a couple times. It's like, okay, now I know I've got to come back and have more of this because it was just so good, so chunky, so many big pieces of lobster.
Well, you said you liked it better than Lombard's, and I looked at the Lombard's prices. It's at Universal, $4 difference.
Much better. I mean, the Lombard's was okay, but this was, Boathouse.
$33.
Exceptional.
But worth it for you.
Absolutely. Oh, no. And we, of course, had the chocolate cake, and they did a little birthday setup for me, which was very nice.
And the cake is about $25. It's a big piece. I
think they could see for themselves. Yes. It's not a small piece.
It's really, when you have that big knife usually in it, you can really see how big it is. Plus they give you a number of, the Homer's ice cream, a number of scoops of that.
It's bigger than my head almost. That is a good sized piece of cake there.
It says it serves 2. It does not serve 2. It serves like 10.
2 dozen.
Yeah, we brought a lot they brought home.
And the ice cream, delicious, by the way. We did finish the ice cream, of course. And
right.
That was the bowl of goodness there.
And they said that they had originally said, it's for 2 because of the dining plan.
Right.
So the dining plan isn't in effect right now.
Last year for my birthday, we were also at the Boathouse with our good friends, Cindy and Tom, and that was 4. And we barely put a dent in that cake, and that was with 4 people.
Well, we have it in the freezer now, a lot of it. So anyway, the Boathouse has the largest collection of fully restored dreamboats from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. We've got Walt's Dream here. So I really enjoy looking around at the various boats.
Well, it's kind of a tradition after our, whenever we go and dine at the Boathouse, we like to walk around after and just kind of look at the boats, especially on a beautiful day like this. This was a gorgeous, gorgeous Florida morning afternoon.
Just a little chilly at that time.
Well, it was about 72.
It's going to be colder this weekend. It's going to get down to like 40 degrees or 36. So that's the day we'll probably do Splash Mountain because won't be a line.
Yes, of course. That's how smart we are. We'll wait till the day that it's going to be 36 to go on Splash Mountain. But you're right. Hopefully it won't be much of a line. But a treat. I had a special treat. We decided to do an Amphicard ride. Hadn't done that since around opening time. And this was a really wonderful treat.
And the Boathouse Orlando is the only place in the world where guests can take a captain's guided tour in a vintage Amphicar. And there were less than 4,000 made in the 1960s in Germany. And less than 400 exist now.
So we learned that this particular car is the oldest in the fleet of Amphicars there at the Boathouse. 1962, older than us.
And, it's really so weird. Like, usually we're looking at people getting in them, and we have not been in one of the Amphicars in a number of years.
Right, that's right.
So this was it's really a special experience. It's not inexpensive, but if you have like 3 or 4 people splitting $125.
Well, and it's actually, you get 25 off with so it'd be $100 if you dine.
Right, and I don't know like how much the bill has to be or anything like that.
I don't know those details.
So this is the Amphicar launch. We're heading into Lake Disney here.
And that was your shot, which was great because you kind of showed the wide angle and you showed our driver. And this is what it looks like from right up at the front. I've been told, we have a friend who used to drive these things. Sometimes if you go too fast, the water would go right up over the windshield. So our driver really did a perfect job there.
So the model 770 Amphicard was named after its ability to achieve speeds of 7 knots in the water and 70 miles an hour on land. And so there was like several thousand imported the United States back in the 60s. But there's not many.
This was so much fun, so relaxing. And, our driver was telling us, it's just like driving a regular car. There's no rudder, it's just you steer it like a regular car. We even had him go in reverse. And then at some point we'll show where we took it out for a speed run on the back 9.
Right, yeah, very briefly. Like he said that they generally don't go as fast as they used to, and I couldn't really hear what he was saying
because you were in the back
I was in the back, but I assume it's just because there's more boat traffic. I assume right now than there had been. So anyway, you can see here we're passing paddlefish. You can see the rainforest, and this is just I think a very special ride around the lake.
And I remember when you were able to actually rent a boat. They had a boat dock here there was a restaurant called Captain Jack's, and there was before there was a bridge there, and there was a boat dock. You could rent pontoon boats, those little speed boats. But when we did it, we actually did it at Disney's Port Orleans. Another French Quarter. We did it at Riverside. Right. We rented the pontoon boat. I think it was on the very last day that they offered that.
It was.
And it was great. We took it out for an hour, and we drove all around here. But this was there's something about being in one of these Amphicars. This is the speed run I mentioned, all the way up to 10 miles an hour, top speed on that thing. So, and by the way, they used to, and look at this, we're going even faster. He's giving us a little bonus speed. We had a great captain.
He was really great. He had a lot of information, and I couldn't hear a lot of it.
Well, of course, I asked him what happens if somebody opens the door. And he said there was one time where there was a kid who opened the door twice. Now, I would think the boat would just sink. Not the case. He says you could probably go all the way back with the door opened.
I didn't know that. He told us not to open the door.
Yeah, of course don't open. I mean, water will come in, but it's not going to. We do not recommend doing this, by the way. But it's not like it'll just sink when the door, and you can't really open the door fully. It would just open a little bit because of the pressure of the water.
It had never occurred to me to open the door
in the Amphicar. Not to open the door. But, that's sort of like when you take the balloon up, you you ask what happens if the string breaks on the balloon, and they say, well, they can land it. So of course you're going to ask what happens if, someone opens the door.
And
that was his number one question.
Is that?
That's what he said. Yeah. Don't do it is the answer. And this was great. When the other boats come by, you get a little choppy water here, and this is your shot. We had two. You were shooting from the phone, and I was shooting from the front.
This is like when you go out in the little mini speedboats in Seven Seas Lagoon, and you've got the ferry go by, and then you go, not right behind the ferry, but in that wake, and that's so much. That was so much fun. We haven't been in one of those in a long time.
Yeah, it reminds me of good times. As little growing up doing that.
And even when I was adult, I've done that, but not in a long time.
I got to do something that I don't know if you have ever done. The bob around boat. When I was a young lad, my parents took us out in the bob around boat. Okay, so it's time for the return to civilization, as they say.
And this was it was really relaxing. It was a gorgeous day.
20 minutes, and
yes.
I could go for 40. I could do 2 laps on that thing.
It would be expensive.
It would be expensive.
It's already, but really it was a very nice experience.
And I thought it was interesting, when you pull up, you have a little crowd here, and people were kind of making noise and waving. See this? It was like, what a welcome, what a welcome.
And you know what? I don't even look up because I feel so weird being stared at, so I didn't even look up at them.
And our captain took these pictures for us, which was very nice. They also had a PhotoPass type person there, but yeah, really nice. So what a great experience. Yes. Then we went over to the Magic Kingdom, and I'm just showing this flower bed that used to have the Mickey and Minnie in their Christmas Christmas look. And before that, they had the pumpkins, and then they had the 50th Mickey and Minnie.
Now they're not there.
Well, maybe they're working on something for the 100. Who knows? Something's probably brewing.
And it was
Christmas on January 8th and 9th, too, from what I saw. Christmas time. Full Christmas music on Main Street.
But it's not like there's anything going on except the decorations, and music.
Well, I liked it because it was a great opportunity to see the Festival of Fantasy Parade in 2023 with the Christmas still going in the, the Christmas decorations, the tree in the background. And I love the Festival of Fantasy Parade. We just happened to come in and it was starting within like 5 minutes, so I couldn't resist. Great parade. I always like an opportunity to see this. And it looks fantastic, by the way.
And I did not.
You went shopping, I think.
No, I didn't actually buy anything.
Now,
I just went in the
look at Cinderella there. She notices my button. Happy birthday!
Oh, that was so nice.
That very nice of Cinderella.
That was so nice.
Yeah,
that's a long way to say. How did she even see the button?
And Anna and Elsa there. You have
Princess Tiana
and Naveen.
Prince Naveen, yes.
So very nice, very nice. We're just going to show some highlights again. I like how these guys are kind of waving over there to Rapunzel.
I liked when that one day you had Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen at the head of it.
Yes, we have
just on one day, and I thought that was so interesting.
They should kind of switch around a little bit. Let Cinderella go up there. Why not? She's never up in the front. Yeah. Anna and Elsa would love to be in the front of the parade.
It's just interesting to. Well, Princess Tiana did it.
Well, that's true. That's true. But Rapunzel, I mean, move on up to the front. Okay, enough of that.
Yes, I'm like, move on. So
here is Ariel. I wish people could see Denise give me the look of, okay, enough of your foolishness. And here is...
You could put Peter Pan up there.
Well, here is Peter Pan. Now, this is one thing. I did start to pan down because I normally would pan down at this point to look at Captain Hook. And as I'm panning down, I realized, no Captain Hook. So I panned back up to Peter Pan.
Oh.
So, so you can see Captain Hook was missing.
That's too bad.
He must have been off that day.
Busy day.
But I'm not complaining. It was otherwise a perfect parade, and it was nice to see.
The lighting is very good here. Like I'm looking at this, and the lighting was really nice.
Yeah, I just thought it was a great location. And here is the Maleficent Dragon, and we hadn't seen this in a little while because it was just we weren't going to the Magic Kingdom during the day because again. They only started playing the Christmas parade the last couple weeks, I guess.
I mean, we see the parades a lot in Town Square. Like Frontierland's not, for us, a lot of times isn't probably as nice looking as Town Square, especially of the Christmas tree. And then Main Street's usually very, a lot busier.
But a great view of some fire breathing. And here is we're coming on to the finale. This is my, I think, one of my favorite parts, all the characters.
Right. And I was going to say Maleficent, I guess, had taken the previous day off, just like Captain Hook did.
Yeah,
Maleficent,
well, she took a day off of
from fire breathing.
Playing the statue game, I think is what it was. That's what Jack Skellington would always tell me about Zero. He's playing the statue game because he doesn't move very much. And here is Pinocchio.
And so we're getting toward the end of the parade here. And it's really, Festival of Fantasy has been around a pretty long time at this point. I don't have it in front of me, but was it 2014? I mean, years now, which I still remember the first day that we first saw the parade. And I was like, this is a parade that the Magic Kingdom deserves. It's really a fantastic one.
Right. It doesn't feel played out either. It doesn't feel like, I've seen this enough times. I don't need to stop. I actually like to watch the parade. I will stop any chance I get. It's just a very fun. I love the music to the parade. It's one of my favorites ever at the Magic Kingdom. And
we have Mickey and Minnie along with other VIPs here. You got Goofy.
I've always liked these outfits. Very colorful.
Chip and Dale. We have Daisy. And then Mickey and Minnie in that balloon float.
And for a while there, it was just Mickey, remember, in the balloon? And then Minnie came back. So it's the full force. Although I think there's still the Brave float that could be added back at some point.
There's some characters, dancers, performers who had headed up the parade too. And I don't know if we'll see them return. And I really enjoyed them as well.
So do you regret now that you're seeing this?
No.
You're still happy that you went shopping?
No, I'm okay. Like I have seen it a lot. I know you said you will see it any chance you get, but I see it, every so often, and it's okay to go in the store as well.
Okay, all right. So now
we didn't have a lot of time.
Now we're going to talk again about TRON, because while we were at the Magic Kingdom on Sunday, we decided to go on the People Mover, one of our favorites, by the way. And while we're on the People Mover, we got to see the very latest look at TRON. And as you said before, it's not really construction. It's more they're just getting things finished. You can see off in the distance they're kind of putting up the signage, and you can see the testing going on. But way back there, you see to the left is the restrooms, and then you'll see up down here to the right, low, that little blue kiosk-looking thing there, that is the entrance sign.
Well, it's a sign just kind of giving information on the attraction and
the
height and the little sign that I had taken pictures of. That I didn't even know I was taking pictures of it. So also we had passed the Tomorrowland Speedway, which still had the holiday decorations, but I mean it wasn't still doing probably the holiday stuff at night.
Right.
But they had not finished that, taking them down. Obviously, they hadn't taken any Christmas decorations down yet. So anyway, again, that sign down there, the blue sign, you'd have the warnings, you'd have height restrictions and everything.
And we learned that there will be mandatory lockers. So this will be one of the first times at the Magic Kingdom that you will have to put your, what do they call, loose articles in a locker.
One of the first times or the first time?
Could be probably the first time.
It's not something you really see at Disney parks.
They just started doing it with Space Mountain. If you have loose articles, things like that, put them, have a non-rider or put them. But this will have dedicated lockers. Right. And we've not been to the Shanghai in China, but I've seen they have a system where you will put your loose articles in like a bin, and then the bin is wheeled to the exit, and then you just pick it up. Oh, that is not the case here.
That would be cool.
And it will be lockers.
I mean, even it's surprising that coasters like the Incredicoaster, which goes upside down, doesn't have something like that.
I've had tripods, bags of merchandise, food. I've taken on roller coasters here because you everything is designed where you can have all your stuff with you
to secure it. And
never a problem. So this will be a unique experience for Walt Disney World anyway. And we're just going to see a couple more runs of the coaster going by, but and that really is it for this week. And TRON will be opening, as we mentioned, April 4th.
Yes, it's hard to believe that it's. It's still a few months away, though, so I'm excited.
And the 50th anniversary will be ending right before then, by the way.
Yes, March 31st is the last day of the 50th.
And that is another show.
That's another show, thanks to our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. And if you're looking to travel this summer, they have and I forgot to mention this, they have a package deal for, I don't have the dates in front of me, but
Oh, you can get a dining Disney
yes,
dining
the Disney
card.
dining card up to $750. Yes, and I mean, there's other offers as well right now. For I think room only. So check with MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Go fill out that no obligation quote and find out what the best price that they can find for your trip is, because they can also help you, with dining and everything, and to really kind of sit on that reservation and see if any other better deals come out, which they might not. I feel like deals don't come out in that way anymore.
But you never know.
But you never know.
So next week, what will we be up to for next week? I know we'll be talking about Legoland, the new pirate boat ride, and we'll be checking that out tomorrow. And also
EPCOT Festival
of the Arts. Yes. So we'll be checking that out on opening day on Friday, and also we'll be there on Thursday, kind of getting a little preview.
Yes, I think that's almost it. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's going to be a lot.
That is a lot, and we might go on to try to ride Splash Mountain in the 36-degree goodness of Sunday.
And I would like to get there for opening.
Yes.
That'll
be fun. I will bundle up, and I will bring a raincoat.
We have a lot planned this week.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.